Alrighty. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first POLSA GBM of the spring 2025 semester. We got a lot in store for you guys today. Happy you all made it. Please sign in with the QR code if you haven't already. What we do, I'll just introduce it here really quickly, is that we basically have a little point system just to reward members who show up most frequently. And we have basically a raffle and we have a whole bunch of t-shirts like the one Diana's wearing right now and the one I have also underneath that we'd like to hand out. We have a ton of them, so y'all show up, we can hand them out. So with that, if anybody needs it later, I'll just come back to it. So again, Vitame, welcome. Here's what we have in store for you today. Not officer introduction, that should have been omitted, but we'll ignore that. We'll talk about the club updates and announcements we have planned for you guys today. Mainly like going to into the next month. And then we'll figure out more socials and like unofficial meetups as time goes on. We'll have the Poland in 2025 presentation. That's our theme for today. What's going on? New music, new movies, new TV shows, current events, etc. And then what should have happened was food should have been the first thing because it's still warm. So with that in mind, before we go into club updates and announcements, come on down for food. But before you do, a round of applause for Maya, Kelly, and Lisa for helping prepare today. And with that, come on over.
Yes. Yes.
So with that, everybody has food. So we'll start going over what's going on this semester, what we have in store for you guys. So clearly you guys got the memo about this GBM, where it was at, what time. So good job. The next one, we don't have, like we put in the reservations. Now we're just waiting for the confirmation about the location of the rooms, but the dates are finalized unless something like drastically changes. But right now, this is more or less what we intend to stick to. Next one, 21st of February, the 7th of March, 11th of April, all Fridays, as we did a poll earlier this semester to kind of gauge what day worked best for everybody. And Friday seemed to be, the choice this semester. So that's what we stuck with. We had an international karaoke night last night at the Hal Bazaar, and turnout was pretty good. And it'll be even better if we get some more faces next time. We're in contact with them. We're gonna either try to do one next month or the month after. So if you can, show up. It's a good time. It's a very low stressful environment. If you've never been to karaoke and you're afraid, like, oh, I'll get judged. No. Everybody there is there to have a good time. I'm always there to try to make a fool of myself for at least one song. So you'll have a good time. I promise you that. Our language night is, I don't think next, but the one after that, Tuesday. It'll be at Little Hall, room 0233. That's confirmed officially now. And Apollonia will be hosting that. She's not here right now, but she'll be here later. So if you have any questions about what she's planning to do or basically what that looks like, you can ask her questions about that. So newsletter sign up. Did anybody try to actually wait? That's I think on one of the next slides. So we have a newsletter signups. So if you want to get like a newsletter that we type up, that Maya in particular types up every month and sends out, that has detailed like description of what's going on, I recommend you sign up for that. Apollonia, once she comes back, or I'll just start introducing it to her. She's also part of the crafting care club where she basically crochets and they, for example, make certain, what's the right, like what do they make? What'd you say? Toys, gifts, sure. Stuff from crocheting, and then they, for example, send it out to Polish orphanages, for example. So you want to learn how to crochet, or you just that sounds cool to you, and you want to get volunteering hours, then that would be a good thing to check out. And then finally, what I set up last semester is I've tried to do something with the University of Warsaw where we'll hop on Discord like once a week or something like that. And we'll try to do some sort of fun activity. Like the two most memorable ones from last semester that I remember is that we did like a tier list of Polish foods. And that was a really fun one. We just argued about, for example, the main controversial one was something called grecka ryba po grecku, which I found out, I think I was the only one in that whole call who had anything favorable to say about that. So, and I was defending it with my life because I love it. That was a fun one. And then we did like a knockout style tournament, like who's the best Polish artist of all time. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, we do like half English, half Polish. So if you want to, practice your Polish, interact with native Polish speakers from the University of Warsaw, that would be the place to do it. And we'll figure out times this semester, more or less, once everybody shares their schedules. And then, so I'll introduce this for Apollonia again. So crafting care, they cover all of that. If you want to learn how to crochet stuff and make things for a good cause. And also, if you need it, volunteering hours, that would be what you can do. All right. So I'll circle back to this because there's a few modifications as far as our point system. So last semester we had we set a goal for our members that those members who earn 15 points in a semester qualify for t-shirt and fashion Mexico boxes. As it turns out, we only had one member who exceeded that number. And so with that in mind, Adela, what size t-shirt are you? Medium. So I will present to you guys. So by default, there is no raffle this semester. Or for the last one. This is large. Brought three sizes because I wasn't sure. And yes, I'm doing this in front of everyone so that I can show what's in store. So these are the Fashion Mexico boxes, and then here's the t-shirt. So anytime. So how about I look at I looked at Mexico automatically got those prizes, but because we saw that we thought it'd be slightly easier to reach that 15 point mark. Based on kind of like our predictions. So it's kind of like a test run to see how it goes. So we'll change it slightly for this semester. This semester, you either need to earn 8 points this semester, or if you earned some points last semester, like say you had like 10 points, 8 points or whatever, then, you can use that point total to get to 15 this semester and you'll get, the prizes, and then the same kind of raffle system works again. So yeah, that's what's going on. Reminder, sign in via the QR code if you're interested in stuff like that. All right, unofficial meetups. So I'll plug this. We have a group here. All right, so from this group, we have Dimitri right here. We have Kuba in the back. And then who else is in? Oh, Amelia is also in here. And then, but yeah, basically we have people in this room. We like to go to games together. And we have a good time. Even if we're not in student section, we open up a second student section is what I like to say. Like in a concert, there's like a second mosh pit that forms somewhere else. That's us. So if you want to have a good time, you've never been to a game, you want to have, go with the most fun group on campus. It's objective, not even opinion. Then stop by. It's a good time. Next game is February 4th, which is this upcoming Tuesday against Vanderbilt. If you're interested, talk to me after the presentation and we'll figure out details about how, we can go to the game together. All right. QR code again, if anybody needs it. I see no phones being raised. All right, sounds good. So I'll hold it up for a few seconds. In case these links don't work, after the presentation, I'll let you, sign up for the stuff. All right, so I see one more phone up. And once that's good. All right, we'll move on. All right. Done with the boring stuff. Now the fun stuff. Polska w 2025. Presentacja. Poland in the year 2025. All right, so I have a friend from the University of Warsaw, and I told her about this presentation. Her name's Penelopa, who was here on exchange like a full year ago or something like that. And she was like, okay, you must include these two things as they were fairly recent developments. So first thing, for the, let's say first half of this year, it'll be Poland's turn for the second time to hold the presidency of the Council of the European Union. So how does that work? There's basically 3 countries right now who will work together. If I'm not mistaken, it's Poland, Denmark, and Cyprus, who are going to be like, let's say, co-presidents of the council, and they'll basically be able to set like an agenda for the next 18 months of like what the European Union needs to focus on. And so now it's Poland's time, and so it's kind of, there's some excitement in Poland over it that, things that Polish people value will be, prioritized in the European Union. So that's one thing. Second thing, this Monday was the International Holocaust Remembrance Day. It was the 80th anniversary of this event, and a whole bunch of important figures from all over the world came to pay their respects, of the past. U.S. sent a whole delegation. Many countries did the same. King Charles was there, so whole, bunch of important people were there. All right. Now that was the serious news. Now it's down to the I guess more exciting, less yeah. All right. So I always, in case anyone is here for the first time, I always do this thing where I talk about Polish sports teams. Sports as in football, soccer. So I'll plug my teams because this is relevant to our presentation, especially today. So in this year, 2025, there are two teams that are still in the UEFA Europa Conference League. There we go. That being Legia Warszawa and Jagiellonia Białystok. Jagiellonia Białystok is my local team from my dad's side, so I always, I send them love whenever possible. They have to play a two-leg knockout match against a Serbian team called Bachka Topala. If they win that, they are then in the round of 16. So that's what's going on in that league. And then Legia Warszawa, because they were in the top 8, they are automatically going in. So they'll already be in the round of 16 waiting for Jagiellonia. Then in the Polish league, league starts, I think, this weekend or the one after. And that's the current standings. Lech Poznań first, Raków second, Jaga third. And then at the bottom, unfortunately, Śląsk, Wrocław, Lechia, Gdańsk, and then a bunch of stuff in the middle. All right, I'll hand it off to Daniel to talk about our national team.
Yeah, so from an international standpoint, in 2025, we expect some games from the qualifiers for the World Cup. So hopefully, if we do well enough, we can qualify for the 2026 World Cup. Still pretty important, but no major tournament for men's soccer. From the other end, though, for women's soccer.
And then just highlight remember the first date. That might be important later for Kahoot. Little Bird told me.
From women's soccer, we're going to have a few matches between February and June. And then we have a very important tournament, the Women's Euros. And so that's going to be starting in July. And it's a tournament that's held every 4 years, kind of like the World Cup, but it's only going to be 4 European teams. So we're going to have very high hopes for that. Yeah. If you've never watched women's Poland soccer before, Eva Pawlak is definitely a name to watch. She's a very good player.
That, and she plays for the Barcelona women's team, and then Lewandowski plays for the men's team. So Barca, if you need an excuse to start watching, Barca is a good team to check out.
Another sport that we have is handball. Just recently, we actually had the World Champions tournament. Unfortunately, from the first 3 group stage games, we weren't able to make it to the next round, but we won the next few consolation games, so we ended up finishing 25th. And in March and May, we're gonna have a few games for qualifiers if you're interested in handball. We also had tennis, so we just had the Australian Open. Iga made it all the way to the semifinal. We wish she won, but she was very good. Hurkacz made it to the second round, and it was also relevant that Jan Zieliński made it to men's doubles, the third round, and the second round in mixed doubles. So we had a few Polish people representing.
So we ain't bums. It's okay. Doing all right.
And finally, for volleyball, both men's and women's are going to be playing matches in June and July. So over the summer, you'll be able to watch the Volleyball Nations League. And then for the men, they're going to have their World Championships in September. So that's something to look out for.
All right. Now, Polish music releases in 2025. I again consulted my Polish friends about this, and surprisingly, they didn't really have too much to add to this. So either I did a great job researching, or not too many releases coming out just yet. One that already came out that I was super happy about was an album called Live ID by Riverside. I would say are probably my favorite Polish band, progressive rock type of stuff. It's a live album, so I don't know to what extent you'd call it a new album in a way. And then some other ones, Trapper Daba Bambi, so Polish rap, that's your thing. That's one. Mam Szczęście by Dawid Tyszowski, which is like a pop record. Harmonia by Mela Koteluk, which is indie pop, and then Oath by Taraban, which is blues rock. And then I have two videos, one from, so basically the bottom two, so that you can kind of see if it's up your alley. So Taylor Swift, kind of in the style of, in Polish, I don't know, sort of. That's the vibe I got from it. And this is Taraban. So that one I'm super pumped for. I don't know, the shades up with that combo from the music video, that was sick. But also that song, like if you keep listening to it, it has like a banjo solo later on towards the end. So super sick. And then rumored releases, one of my favorite Polish artists, metal band called Mgła. They're also rumored to release something later on this year. So time will tell if that's the no, no. All right, we got through it. All right. So that was the music. What's going on with movies? So probably the biggest one that I've heard of is one called Shopping, historic biopic about none other than Frederick Chopin. Budget of over 60 million złotych, but it's supposed to be like a realistic portrayal of his life. Some of his, I think I remember reading like some of his struggles in life and whatnot. So if you're interested in that kind of more realistic depiction of that, then you can see that instead of one that was mainly like romanticized as some of the past ones. One that's like a psychological horror one that I found out about was Dom Dobry Sen Zły, which translates to Good House, Bad Dreams. From what I saw in the trailer, pretty much kind of in line with what the title says, that like on the surface, like it's a good family, but then as you go into it, like maybe some sort of like family issues, maybe like abusive relationships between family members with the main female protagonist. So that's kind of up your alley, being trapped in a house like that. Then maybe that style horror appeals to you, then that could be interesting. Vinci 2, which is like a heist comedy, a sequel to Vinci 1, I assume. So that's one you could potentially check out. And then there's one called Pojedynek, which is a historical thriller. From what I remember, it's set during the World War II time period, where basically, as well, for those who don't know, what Germans came from the West, the Russians came from the East during World War II, and basically, each took part of the country. And so this is about like the eastern side of Poland, of like how some of the Poles had to deal with, the Russian side of that. So yeah, those are some of the films going on.
Going back to music, get ready for Eurovision. So
Oh, where was the excitement?
yeah. So Polish national broadcaster TVP will select the country's representative through a national final on February 14th, Valentine's Day of this year. And then the winner will be chosen by public vote. I'm not sure if we can vote like here, but you can look into that if you're really interested. Here are a few artists and their songs that are in the lineup. I'm not going to read through them, but anyways.
You have a favorite, Diana?
Um,
What's up?
Lusterka, the second one.
Lusterka is good?
Yes.
Okay, Lusterka is good. So we have a recommendation from our audience today. That one's good. So check that one out.
But yeah, and other important dates, semifinals will be held, and it's May 20th and 22nd, and then the grand final May 24th, and the host city this year is Geneva, Switzerland. So we'll be Shinamachuki, basically, for Poland.
That they don't know. What was the girl from last year? What's it? Blanca, yeah. So we don't have a repeat of that this year.
Then just general events around Poland, some music festivals to look forward to, the Orange Warsaw Festival, which just has a bunch of different artists come May 30th and 31st. Then the Mystic Festival, which I believe Adam went to last year.
I've been twice. Sick.
Yeah, it's held this year, June 4th to 7th. And it's a must attend if you're like Adam from metal and rock. July 2nd to 5th is the Open Air Festival. This is in Gdynia, and it's also more like alternative rock and pop performers. And then we also have the Poland Rock Festival, July 31st to August 2nd, which has over 1 million people every year. And now for some general events, Autumn already talked about this. January 27th, we had the 8th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz. And then May 6th, we have the Krakow Marathon. May 18th, the Polish presidential election, which is, big deal, obviously. May 25th to June 1st, we have the Krakow Film Festival. Then we have a good beer festival apparently in Wrocław.
Yeah.
A Yankee Festival in Krakow. And then every year they also do the Battle of Grunwald reenactment. Young. And that's July 12th this year. And I believe it's I don't know, it's like what anniversary it is, but it's like a bigger one.
Go ahead, you know any?
Let me just calculate, it's pesos,
1411.
1411.
so 600 plus 15,
So it's not.
yeah, it's not like.
Okay, it's not like-
around,
Okay.
but it's in my readings.
And then in Gdańsk we have the St. Dominic's Fair for basically a whole month. Krakow Pierogi Festival, August 10th to 16th. So yeah, those dates that I just listed out, if you're in Poland this summer, to check them out maybe. And then in October, from the 10th to the 19th, we have the Warsaw Film Festival. Yeah.
Poland Rock, the concert's free, camping's free. So if y'all are in Poland this summer, and I am too, we're meeting up, is all I'm saying.
About AI in all of your classes. I'm here to tell you. So, Poland is investing $1 billion zloty, which is around $240 million in AI development, trying to just position themselves in the European Union as, significant AI innovation and power. And so one of the main goals is they want to establish an artificial intelligence fund, and then that fund will co-finance an AI factory and development of a Polish large language model. We've got, there are military applications to the AI, so addressing hybrid threats from Russia, like cybercrime and sabotage, and apparently that is a big deal in Poland because in the last 2 years, cyber attacks have almost doubled. And then this is another cool thing that I found. Unex Traffic, I guess this company has in a lot of big cities, Warsaw, Poznań, Białystok, and Krakow. They've actually established these like AI traffic systems that have plate recognition. I don't know if it's interesting, but plate recognition, accident detection, pollution monitoring, and monitoring. I thought that was pretty cool. And so actually, as like accidents or traffic happen, they have these boards that automatically update around the city. UF should. So yeah, the next picture is just an example. That's one of those pollution monitors. You see it in Poland.
As long as they don't ticket us, I'm cool with it.
As long as it what?
As long as they don't ticket us.
Right. Okay, now moving on to something completely unrelated. We have an expansion for the Water World Park near Warsaw. This park is Europe's largest indoor water park. And now they have a new expansion called Crocodile Island. So this opened in January 17th. We have 4 theme sections: the boat, the beach, the rainforest, and the ruins. So this is for families, kids, anyone who wants to come. Very nice feature. We got animal mascots, Jay, Maggie, and Otto, promoting environmental awareness, super important. So, and this blends fun and education for all ages in a vibrant and interactive setting.
Don't steal my joke. I was about to say that.
On the next slide, we have some photos.
More sponsorship. Yeah, yep.
That kids are enjoying. Rainforest, we have a crocodile, waterfall. And that's the enter, you see this crocodile island with this nice boat. So. Also trip. Yeah, I think we're gonna organize a trip and we can all go and explore this new station water park. So.
She memorized the whole script. You gotta give her credit for that. You got the email straight from them. You got the whole thing down.
Thank you.
Oh, so Apolonia's not here. You wanna?
Sure, let's
Go
read this. So fashion trends in 2024. For women's fashion, we're gonna be seeing a lot of minimalism, neutral colors, a good blast from the past, blazers, slip skirts, and denim. And then we also have the Krakow Fashion Week. Oh, sorry. In 2024, from the Krakow Fashion Week, we had some famous Polish models, I guess. Just those three. Men's fashion, sportswear, versatile shorts, linen, and the 1970s coming back. Same in the streetwear, and then here's some male models. Yeah. And then this year okay, this is Apollonia's personal opinion. For women's fashion, we'll be seeing a lot of elegant and sophisticated looks. Blazers will still stay in, but she thinks that we'll see more popularity in like streetwear, like relaxed bottoms and a graphic top. And then men's is going to be more of like preppy look, and relaxed streetwear, as well as a lot of beige.
So not what I'm wearing today.
Yeah, not me either.
That wouldn't fly.
And then she really wanted to present this for us today. I don't know if anybody else wants to present it.
Go ahead.
Very encouraging. So I'm sure most of you know who this is if you're on TikTok as much as I am. This is he's Polish. He can speak Polish and a bunch of other languages. And his real name is Daniel Szczeciński. He originally gained popularity for reviewing fragrances. He's famous in 2024 for taking girlfriend apps. Not sure what that means, but also he's absolutely crazy dance videos. So if you guys search for
Look who's here. No, we're redoing it. We're redoing it. All right, Apollonia, go. All right, restart. All right, she's got it.
That happened last year in Poland. So women's fashion like pictures show a lot of beiges, neutrals, skirts, blazers, very similar to our fashion here. Here are some famous Polish models. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't hear about any of them, but and then this fashion week I included because as you can see, it's a little bit more abstract.
Not me. Don't worry.
So, and then men's fashion, it was kind of interesting to learn that they like were into linen and like the 1970s style, also streetwear, also very similar to what we experienced here in the States. So I included this skater picture because I feel like this is very interesting. And then here are some male models.
Not me again.
Okay. Okay, so for 2025 fashion, again, this is my own personal opinion, just like seeing based on trends and like how we've been doing in the States here, and then based on last year, I think that women will continue this like blazer skirt moment, like shown here and here with the blazer and skirt. I think it's really cute. And then also popularity in streetwear, so relaxed bottoms and graphic top. It kind of brings me back to like COVID. I think a lot of people wore graphic tops like in 2020-ish. That's shown here. And then men, I think a preppy look, more refined taste as shown here too. A lot of like knit sweaters, I think, are really popular this year. And then streetwear and a lot of beige.
Not tracksuits, unfortunately. All right.
So I wanted to like add a little slide because Jeremy Fragrance is actually Polish, which I actually didn't know that. At first, here he is representing our country. So he gained his popularity in the early, I think, 2010s. This is what he looked like because he was a model and he reviewed fragrances. So there was nobody else that really did that at that time. Even today, like who reviews fragrances? You have cosmetics, you have makeup, but then fragrances, every fragrance. So that's how he gained his popularity. I think he has 10 million followers on TikTok at this moment. And then last year he was very famous for taking girlfriend applications. He had very strict criteria, and then he would like actually message these people. Did he actually find one? I don't think so. But and then his crazy dance videos, you know. I included this picture because he used to look like objectively handsome, and then I don't know what happened. But yeah, anyways.
There we go. So up on your way there. There we go. All right. Not Team Kahoot. That's what we got. We keeping things simple to start the semester. So with that, that's it. Thank y'all.